Hello, welcome to the AdoreKnit Podcast. I'm your host, Steph, also known as AdoreKnit Steph on Instagram and Knitting Samurai over on Ravelry. Well, hello and welcome to 2021. Yay! Today is January 4. The boys are back in school and life is getting back to normal. And I thought this is a good time to catch up with you. So, how you doing? How you been? I hope you had a great holiday, whatever you were celebrating, and I hope you stayed safe and healthy. So we definitely did. But let me tell you what I have for you today. So I'm gonna do a lot of talking about 2020. I have a knitting wrap up of the year, which is something I love to do. It's always fun for me to watch other people's and to share mine with you guys. I have a couple of finished objects, a new whip, and there'll be a little shop update in there and a new acquisition. So let's do this thing. All right. Let's go right for it, shall we? Dig through my stuff, find my notes. 3 pages. So, first off, I like to review how many yards and projects I knit during the year. 2020 definitely fell short for me. So I have, as the shops picked up in the shop, my desk is over there, that's why I'm pointing that way. As it's picked up in business, and I like doing shop stuff, so I've gravitated more towards the shop and less towards knitting. So that is not ideal for me as a knitter with a monumental stash. So let me see, how did I write this? The previous 5 years, okay, so I'm such a numbers person. Sorry if you're not. I averaged about 13,300 yards and 36 finished projects. So I'm not finishing a huge amount of projects. That's always something that surprises me because I feel like I produce a lot of things, but I guess I don't really. So this year I cast on 46 projects, but and I finished 33 projects, so fewer projects finished, and I got 9,992 yards, so not even 10,000 yards knit. Of course, I'm not counting the 2 sweaters I cast on and did not finish and that are like here, that would have been more knit yardage, but that goes into the next year, and that's how I've always done it. So no whip counting, just counting what I did for finished projects. So it's about 25% less than the previous 5-year average. So for 2021, one of my major goals is going to be breaking up the year into yardage goals because I do love knitting. I just need to make more time for it. And like last night, I sat down, the boys were in bed, Steve was in here editing a LibriVox recording, and I spent my 45 minutes to myself on Instagram making a cute collage. It's a really cute collage of my January socks, but I could have spent those 45 minutes knitting, and I'm betting that I would find the knitting more fulfilling than making the cute collage. So I didn't just spend the whole time collaging. I was also reading other people's posts and seeing what everybody else was knitting for January. But anyways, so I'm gonna break up the year. So if I wanna get to 12,000, right? That seems doable. It's not the highest I knit in the last 5 years. 1 year I knit 17,800. But reasonable goal, right? 12,000. And I would like to not add more stash than I knit. So that should also be kind of like my yarn budget for the year of how many yards I can buy. So what is that? I can't do the math. Maybe I'll put it in. 12,000. Oh, I wish I could. Well, let's just say 3 skeins of yarn is 1,200 yards. So that's about 30 skeins of fingering weight yarn. Then I can add to my stash if I knit that many or some amount thereof. So good to know. Okay, what did I finish? What items did I finish? My number 1 item, of course, is socks because I do the Desert Vista Dyeworks monthly sock along, and I'm going to continue that in 2021. So I finished 15 pairs total, so I did knit a couple that were not Desert Vista, and I put heels, toes, and cuffs on a pair for my dad. So the sock tube, I did that as well. So I don't count the whole sock, I just count the part I knit of it, not what was cranked. I knit 6 toys. I'm not a toy knitter, but they were all for the pigskin party, either last year's or this year's, meaning the end of 2019 or the start of 2020. So 4 gnomes, I'm a gnome knitter, 1 tooth for Tristan's pillow, tooth fairy pillow, and 1 owl. I knit 6 dishcloths. That must have been a challenge for the pigskin party last year because it seems kind of random, but I did 6 dishcloths. Fingerless mitts, I knit 3 pairs, 3 hats. My goal was 10, so way short of that. 1 for Steve, 1 for Daryl, 1 for me. And baby gifts, 2 baby gift sweater knits, and 2 cowls. One of them was color work, and they were both for me. And then 1 shawl, and that was for my mom. So I definitely prefer cowls to shawls. Oh, and if you're wondering, this is not a hand knit. I know, it's taboo, but I wanted to have some nice cozy warmness while I talk to you, and so this is a sweater that I bought. I think I got this from Amazon, to be honest. Yeah. So I also participated in Crafty Bingo, which is hosted by She Must Knit Podcast. Erin, love Erin. She's up in Canada. If you don't watch her, you should. She's fun. And Crafty Bingo is you have a 24 square card. I'll put a picture of it up, and you try and make some bingos. Blackout is obviously the goal, but if you can't black out, try and make a row. So of those 24 goals, I'm just going to run through should I tell you what I did or did not? I did not knit 3 sweaters. I only knit 1. I did not knit 3 pairs of Christmas socks for my family. I knit 2 pairs for myself. I didn't get the fiber nymph advents into the blanket. I didn't knit 5 Rhinebeck purchases. I fell way short on Stash Dash. I did not make a pattern from my favorites. I don't really favorite things on Ravelry. I tend to put them in my queue. Or if I favorite, it's like, I like this color combo of something. It's not a real searchable thing for me. So I had it as a goal to knit something from my favorites because it was part of a knit along, one of the goals for the Downseller Studios knit along, and I didn't get that done. I wanted to knit 3 baby gift sets. I didn't make any sets. Knit 10 hats. I told you that fell short. And then knit a pair of slippers. So knit a pair of slippers has been a goal for me for 3 years running now. I have not knit a pair of slippers. I think I really don't want to knit a pair of slippers. If I've had 3 years, almost 1,000 days to choose to knit a pair of slippers and I have not done so, I don't think they're going to happen. The ones I did finish were Q1, 2, 3, 4 of the Desert Vista Dyeworks socks. I did all 12 months. The year before I did not, so that was a nice have it all done. I did knit a gift for someone. I knit a scrappy project. I made a pattern from my queue that was queued prior to 2020. I frogged or finished 5 projects. I love that as a goal. I knit a colorwork accessory, my cowl. I used 20 skeins from Stash I don't think I did that. Did I do that? Pre-2020. I have it as I did. I must have. Used 5 library patterns. I did that. Knit a sweater in a month. Any month. Doesn't have to be November. I did that with my love note. Knit that pretty quick. Knit 25 hexes. I rocked that. I think I got closer to 30. So that's on my colorwork scrap blanket. Not colorwork, my scrap blanket. Knit 5 dishcloths was my goal, so I did 6. And knit yarns I've never used and have stashed. So I listed out 3 yarns: Classically Soft Linen, Elena yarns, and Woolmiza. And I knit my love note with the Elena yarns. So got that one done. I added to my stash more than 3 times what I knit last year. Okay, I'm just gonna leave that out there as a comment. So I'm gonna try for 12,000 yards this year. And then, okay, keep going. You want to talk about 2021 goals? I know, I'm so excited. So I just scratched these out. I'm not sure if this is 100% where I'm gonna be. It's probably 90%. I might change 1 or 2, but yeah, so my 2021 goals, or the Crafty Bingo challenge that I'm going to participate in, is going to be to finish one of the sweater whips I have. So I have at least 6, maybe 7 sweaters on the needles that have been hibernating for way too long. So I want to get at least one of those done. I want to do a sweater in a month again. That was great. That was fun. That gives me permission to cast on a new sweater that I'm excited about and to push through it. It'll probably be something on large needles. I want to do 25 hexes on my blanket again. Someday I will finish that thing. It's 3 years, I think, so far, and I'm ready. Well, I told you last time I was looking for a new blanket project, and that didn't work out so great. So I have to address the blanket issue, but I still need to put things into my hexes. So I want to do that. My 2019 Fiber Nymph Advent minis. I want to get them into the blanket, but more than that, I want to knit a project with them because I know Lisa designed them to do this color progression, and they're so beautiful. They look like watercolors to me. The 6 or 7 that I've actually knit with. And so I'm holding them, and the 6 or 7 I've put into the blanket. I am holding those colors, waiting for the other 17 or 18 to get into the blanket, and then I can do a nice cowl with the progression or something like that. So I want to do something with those. I've had them for a while, and I love the idea of Advents. I'm horrible at following through on them. I've never completed one all the way from day 1 to the end. So that's not going to be a goal for this year, but I know I'm going to purchase another Advent because I love them. So there's that. I want to complete the Desert Vista Dyeworks monthly sock knit along. So I will be doing Q1, Q2, 2, 3, 4 again. So that's 3 socks each month, each Q. I'm going to put goals on there of knit 6,000 yards. I'm going to have 2 goals of 6,000 yards. That'll get me to the 12,000. But personally, well then it's like 1,000 yards a month. Sometimes I am just so smart and I make the math so easy. So yeah, I'm going to shoot for 1,000 yards a month. What else do I have here? I'm going to make each of the boys a pair of socks. I haven't knit them socks in over a year. And since we're home and they like wearing, Tristan wears the ones I knit for Roland and his own. So they both need a nice new pair of socks. I'm going to put heels, toes, and cuffs in 3 pairs of socks. So I think I have 6 sock tubes that I had Freckled Whimsy crank for me, and I love them. I just need to finish them. I've done 1 toe, so I want to get them done. And one of the tubes is Christmas colors. I'd hoped to get that finished before Christmas. I did not. So yeah, I just want to get those, turn them into projects and get them out of the UFO bin. I'm going to knit a scrappy project for this year. So I'm also going to use 21 skeins that were purchased prior to 2020. I don't know why. 2020 seems arbitrary, but it also, like, we've been home. This year is so different than any other year, and I haven't I know I said did I say I purchased a lot? I really haven't purchased that much. I did the math somewhere. Yeah, so I want to knit the older stuff. It's there in my stash for a reason. I haven't culled it. I haven't sent it out because I want to use it. Roland just looked at me. What's up? I want to do, did I say scrap project? scrap project, colorwork project, lace project, cable project, just to keep my skills up, you know. And colorwork is not, I lean towards colorwork. Lace and cables with charts, that's a little outside of my everyday comfort zone. So those are good stretches for me. You know, things I've done but could do more of. I'm gonna say knit 10 washcloths for the pigskin party again. I have a lot of cotton, good way to use it up, and they make good gifts, and our kitchen could use a few more, so that's good. I have a yarn pile right there that at some point, August maybe, I did this huge enter all the stash and crank them into cakes and get them on the wall, and then I kind of fell down on that, and so I have these over here that need to be caked and put into the wall or into bins and not caked, depending on the weight of the yarn, because this is all fingering weight. So I want to get everything back into Ravelry. I am so much more happy when I can shop my stash versus guessing and just grabbing what's available. I like to make an educated decision about what I'm gonna knit next. So I would like to design a pair of socks. I used to design things. I've designed, I don't know, 10 or 11 different projects out there, patterns out there. They're old, they're 10 plus years old, but it's a fun thing to do. It's definitely not like a mindless thing. So I just put that on there as a goal for the year. I'd also like to design a cowl, which I am sort of doing right now. We'll see. It needs some tweaking. So see how far I get. And then same as last year, finish your frog 5 projects. It's a good motivator to get me to sit down, go through the UFOs, rip them out, get the notions back, and recommit to things that I love and I want to finish. And then I would like to knit 10 patterns that were queued prior to today. My queue is so long and there's so many wonderful things in there, and I need to knit them. I want to knit them. I still haven't made my Black Lives Matter mitts. That was like #1 in January. I still haven't done it. I did do the empowerment cowl, which was in my queue, so that's good. I get distracted. And then I'd also, don't listen, Mom. I'd also like to knit something for my mom that's not a pair of socks. So that's it. Those are my goals for 2021. Can you believe it? I feel like that song. In the year 20, you know, if man is still alive. There is one more thing that I forgot to mention, and that's prize drawings. So our little Etsy shop, we do a monthly prize drawing for a $10 gift certificate. All you have to do to enter is post a picture of whatever you're knitting using our progress keepers or stitch markers, and use hashtag AdoreKnit. So I'll put that across here. I did not do November, and December has now finished. So I need to do both of those months, and I was having so much fun. I don't know if it's because of Pigskin Party, but there were a ton of projects this time around. So I pulled 3. I'm only supposed to be giving 2 prizes, but I'm gonna give 1 more just because I felt like it. So the first one was the Distracted Crafter. She posted, I know it's driver picks music, passenger, it's a Supernatural quote. Driver picks music, shotgun shuts his pie hole, something like that. Anyways, oh, Supernatural. She was working on something blue. I think maybe it was a hat. I shouldn't try and think. I'm just gonna let you look at the picture. And next was Pebbles Girl Craft. So she has posted a ton of photos of what she's working on. I believe these are a pair of socks that she won for. She's got lots of great projects going on over there. And then, so those 2 were out in November. And then for December, Elisa Knits. She won again. So, yeah, those are the prize winners. So if you would like to get in touch with me, either on Ravelry, or you can send me a message on the AdoreKnit.etsy.com. So, yay, prizes. Let's put the shop update right here so it's nice and like condensed, the shop portion of the show. Welcome to the first update for the AdoreKnit shop of 2021. We're going to start with our roots, which are Doctor Who. So we have a new Doctor Who set that has, it looks three-dimensional, but it's actually a flat, very lightweight TARDIS keeper. We've added a Starbucks coffee set, and keeping on with the cozy coffee theme, we have a new snowflake coffee cup. Our cozy winter animals collection is expanding, so now we have a foxy lady. And Valentine's Day is just around the corner, so we've added a couple of love-themed, Valentine's-themed marker sets. So Woodstock and his best bud, Snoopy, with the heart. What's a knitter without an alpaca? We were running low in the shop, so we've added this cute pink guy. And of course, my new favorite love, Mandalorian. Here is a new set for the child with the mud horn. And then, look at that Mandalorian. Oh, he's beautiful. Look at him even closer. We've also updated our design your own marker offerings, so you can now choose from large, medium, or small. They just look a little nicer with these type of front pages, so I thought I'd share those with you. And we're expanding into pins, knitting pins. So these are the first 4 we've offered, and I'm sorry to say that 3 of them have sold out, but if you are interested, we will be getting more shortly. And for the time being, we still have plenty of these socks. And Knit Fast Dye Warm has been one of our all-time favorite top selling stitch marker sets, and so this just seemed like a perfect fit. You could have your pin and your markers. So that's it for us. Right now we're offering free shipping on orders over $17. I know it sounds like a random number. I hope you saw something you like and you stopped by. Thanks so much. Take care. All right, let's talk about some finished objects. So first up, I finished my Empower People cowl. Empower cowl. It's been so long. I finished this couple weeks ago, a week ago, I'm not sure. I'll put it on over my cowl. So so this is more of a recipe pattern, which is great. And she's very clear about how long to make it, because this can be worn as a cowl or as a bandana. And I forgot about negative ease, right? So you want your hats to have negative ease. And I was thinking, oh, I have like a 23-inch head, so it needs to be 23 inches. No, it probably needed to be 21 inches because it's really loose. When I wear it, I'm sticking a shawl pin through it to hold it shut, because the point of a cowl is to be cozy. I've also worn it as a cape a few times, depending on where I need the warmth, because sometimes you need warmth on your back. So I followed the instructions. I did a little color management because I can't help myself. This yarn is the DK Mountain Tweed from Fibernymph Dyeworks. I think this is Compass Points colorway. All the details for everything are on my Ravelry pages. So I'm very detailed over there, not so detailed from my memory. So last time you saw it, I was here. So I finished that part. I knit from there. Took a bit. I had fun doing it. And then when I finished, I wanted, so one side of the finish, right, here's where it cast off, has this nice green edge. And I thought, oh, it'd be nice to put a green edge on the other side too, to make it match. So I just picked up and knit one, bound off. That's it, down the side, just to give it that little extra bit. And you could see in the back, where, because of how you knit this, you start here, so the red stripes, and then the stripes are a lot smaller by the time you get to the end. So this was fun to do as a stripe pattern. And I think it used 200 yards, not even. It was pretty quick. So there's that. The other finished object I have, yes, these are my mahogany run. So that's a crazy sock lady pattern. This is the second pair of these I knit. It's a great mindless pattern. Yeah, just an easy twist on a vanilla sock, just to give you a little bit of something interesting. And I love the way the little eyelets look, or little holes. They remind me of seeds or something. So the yarn is Desert Vista Dyeworks in the green plaid cups, and I used a mini of red to make them a little more Christmassy. So this year, like 2 pairs of Christmas socks for me. That's a lot. But these are nice. Have I worn them yet? No, I don't think I have. So those are done off my needles. And they're kind of tall. I think I went to my normal height, and then I was like, oh, now I do ribbing. So that's okay. I put a 2x2 rib at the top. I think the pattern called for a 1x1. And the pattern is knit cuff down. I knit socks toe up. So I put in my own, the Wendy Johnson heel I like for toe up. So that is different from the pattern. I went toe up, but it doesn't matter. It's the stitch pattern. And what else did I do different? I knitted on size 0s. My Chigu red lace that Sir Zimington, our 7-month-old kitten, chewed the cord. He got it not for very long, but it's enough that it snags, and I'm annoyed by that. So yeah, here they are. I use them for the next pair of socks I cast on, because that's what you do. So this, let me just tell you before I go on. I did not work on Zim's cat sweater. I did not work on the gnome. The gnome along I was working on. I kind of lost interest. I didn't like my color choices, is what it came down to. Yeah, so I stopped. I've since seen the finished object. It's adorable. I just wish I had picked better color choices. So I'm sure I will knit this gnome, because I'm a gnome knitter, as we've established. But I'll either sub one of the colors or start again completely. So he'll be finished someday. So I didn't work on that. I started and stopped on the Just For You knit along. That was like the 12 days of Christmas. The pattern, my colors, it wasn't for me. So those are things I did not knit on. I do not like your green eggs and ham. So I did knit on these though. So I cast these on last night. We spent the last 5 evenings binging The Mandalorian with my parents. So they've come over promptly at 5:15 because they're early birds. And we have stopped whatever we were doing, and we watched 3 or 4 episodes a night. And so now they've seen the whole thing, and that was our second time through. But since it was Mandalorian season here, I felt like I should use the new Mandalorian progress keeper. So I love my Mando. Yeah. And these are my January socks. So of course they're going to be the next holiday, February-esque, Valentine's-esque themed. The pattern is Morning Coffee, also a crazy sock lady pattern. Again, simple. Like I searched for piece of cake in Ravelry, or like the 1 star above that, just to find a really mindless pattern that I could do in the dark watching TV. So this fit the bill. And I've done about 1 inch of the pattern so far. So and the colors are so pretty on this. This is Amadeus. I got it in fingering weight, and I got it in worsted weight from Desert Vista, because I've loved this color forever. And I think it was one of her 60 colors. I think it was on sale, and I was like, I'll buy 2 because it's beautiful. So yay. we're buzzing through this. The other work in progress I have to share, I don't think I showed you. So first, here's my bag of minis. This is what I was talking about with a slight cowl design. So if you could actually see anything, I don't know if you can, but I pulled out I separate my fingering weights yarn stash leftovers into a big clear bag, and then those are ones that need to be used in the hex blanket. Once they're used in the hex blanket, they go into a clear bag labeled for swaps, or so it has to be more than 10 grams, or they go into less than 10 grams. Those, I pulled purples and magentas and all kinds of color. Well, not all kinds of, well, the first one I just pulled randomly colors, and then I was like, I don't like this. It's too wild and I'm not gonna wanna wear this cowl. So then I thought I'll do a color theme. And so that's when I picked the purples, the plums, the violets, those colors. And I started working on a cowl. Steve got me an alpaca blend blanket. We saw it on Good Morning America on their Thanksgiving deals, and he was listening because when it came on the screen, it was like 70 or 80% off, and I was like, holy, that is a screaming deal. One of those nice, I don't know what they're called, but anyways, so he ordered me one of those. Like, he went behind my back and got me one, and it's beautiful. It's kind of Mac and Linus colored with pink stripes on the bottom. It's really nice. It's so warm and dense. Zim and I love it. If one of us isn't using it, the other one is. So, but it sheds a little bit. So I'm hoping that that's just an initial shedding and it'll stop, because it's long whitish fawn colored hairs on things. Sorry, my brain just went, So, here's what I did. So I started making a strip, and I knit the strip, and then I seamed it together. And so these are, do you want me to tell you what they are? I think I will. Okay, this is, I don't know what. I got it in a swap and I loved it. It's sparkly. This one is Open Skies Fiber, Jeanette. It's from her, Jeanette. This is, I don't know. I don't know. This is, I don't know. This is not as interesting as I thought it would be. I think this one's a Fiber Nymph Club. I know that this is Sun-Soaked Yarns. This one's Claudia Hand Paints. Some more Sun-Soaked Yarns. That's something about like chocolate and coffee. And that's a sun-soaked, that one's the sun-soaked yarn that I used to knit my mom's shawl last year. And then that's another, oh, Zimmy. I have some pulled threads, and there's only one reason threads would be pulled. And that's another one of the sun-soaked fibers. And this, I think, is a Regia even, just because I wanted more of a reddish maroon. So I did that. Then I picked up along one edge, and I did a Latvian braid. I know it doesn't show up as much as I would like, and it flares a little bit. So you see what I mean about, okay, I need to work on the design of this if I want to share it with the world. My mom says it's fine, like you want a cowl to flare, but I don't. So then I took the colors, and I have a skein. I decided that the purples would look nice with this Socks That Rock. It's like a greenish with purples. Got it at Rhinebeck so long ago. I thought they would look nice with that. So that's what the main color of the cowl is going to be. And I envision it as like 1/10 of it is going to be this color right here. And then the rest of the body of it is going to be the solid green purple. It's not solid, it's variegated color. But on the back side of my little band of color, I didn't want to see, it looked sloppy. And sometimes, you know, like your cowl falls forward and it shows what's on the inside. So then I picked up stitches along that edge again, And I knit a stripe of the green, not a stripe, I did a garter stripe, so 2 rounds of the green, and then one of the colors, and then the green and one of the colors. And so I did that, but I think I picked up too many stitches, because see how it bubbles a little bit? Like this sits perfectly flat, which is kind of what I was going for. So I think I have too many stitches in there, so that will need to be adjusted. And also, I could get so like, ugh, this is just too much work, that I finish this and call it good. I might not actually write this up, but I think it's generally pretty. So I would like to share it. Maybe other people would think it's pretty. So when I finished the striping section, I picked up along the bottom again, and now I thought I would do a basket weave. Basket weave, is that what it's called? Alternating knits and purls. So do a section of that, and then I'm not sure what else I'm gonna do. I would like the lower part of it to be textured. So that's where that's at. This part was super fun, but if I knit an entire something with all this color, it would drive me crazy. That would be too much. I could also, I could have knit, having an idea. What if I did the colors here and had more stitches with the green part and knit a bigger tube that way? That might be nicer. And then but then it's all going this round direction. That's the way the stretch would be. Because right now, since I'm knitting down, the stretch is going to be that way. I don't know. What I'm saying doesn't make a lot of sense. I need to think about this. So that's what I'm working on. And yeah. Can I show you some acquisitions? Last time I showed you that I got Fiber Knit Dyeworks Black Friday, I think. I got some stuff. And then my birthday happened, and my in-laws gave me some money, so yeah, yarn, and I haven't opened it. I know, life's been crazy, and I wanted to save it for a pick-me-up, a boost, and I just haven't had the space for it, so now I'm gonna open it with you. I just cut the bag, that's it. I didn't, let's see what I got. And it's been over a month since I ordered it, so, oh yeah. So this beauty is one of her sweater sets. This is the second one I buy. This is the other one I have is a red peach sunset type of color. This is the Serendipity Project set. 5 skeins of semi-solid gradient, cozy base, worsted, 100% merino, 220 yards a skein, 1,320 yards in the colorway, or the project set of spruce. So this is for spruce. Yoke, bottom, dark color, minimizing on your waist. Yeah, this is gonna be something. Oh. Okay, so that's it for me. I am gonna call it there. I hope I haven't rambled at you too long. Oh, would you like to know a little bit? About me? Okay. I told you that I got a blanket. We had a great Christmas. We spent it with my parents. We go over there because they have a chimney, so Santa can come down. We did our traditional make the cookies. And I think I mentioned my parents, we've opted to have them in our bubble. So don't think that we're, seeing people and going crazy. No, we're quarantined, but we decided that the 6 of us could be quarantined together, which is great. We've enjoyed outside contact besides the people in this house. Last night, Steve and I were sitting on the couch together, and it was just the 2 of us. And I looked at him, and I was like, high five! We have been in quarantine for this long, and we still love each other.
This is a song about a whale. No!
And, who spends 24 hours a day together for 9 months? This is absurd. This is a once in a lifetime thing, once in a century thing, right? So it was just a funny moment between the 2 of us that, yeah, okay, we've been together for 20 years, but 20, more than 20. Anyways, so yeah, we had a little chuckle about that because I always joke that Vacation Steve is different than regular Steve, and he had the last week off, and it was with Vacation Steve, who plays a lot of video games. It's different than Vacation Steve when we're off somewhere, but it was fun nonetheless. And yeah, we had a great Christmas. The boys got us up at Roland, got us up at 4:30. So we've instituted a no one gets up before 6 rule because Christmas Day was a little rough, and Christmas morning, I should say, was a little rough, and several of us took naps in between opening presents, so that worked out fine. But yeah, so Christmas was fine. I started a 30-day yoga challenge, and I'm on day 19, and I'm really enjoying it. I have tried yoga probably a dozen times before this time, and it never sticks. I don't like being on the floor. I don't like the positions. It just feels unnatural. I have done it as a, well, when I was first sick, my doctor recommended it as a way to help my joints because I had a lot of joint and muscle pain, and it hurt to do the stuff. Well, if you just keep going, it gets better, but I wouldn't do that. And I think also I had a lot more weight. Moving around and trying to support myself was more difficult than it has been this time around. So I'm really loving it. So if you are interested, I'm following the 30-day challenge I'm doing is a Amazon Prime series that's 30-day challenge with Julia Maria, and it's great. Every day she's got a different lesson for you, different group of poses, and then at the end she gives you a bonus tip about weight loss, weight goals, healthy lifestyle stuff. So I've enjoyed it. It's like taking a little class every day for 30 minutes. It's not a big commitment, and you know, since it's super freezing cold outside and I don't want to run in the cold, this has been a good alternative for that. So, and I can definitely feel my muscles getting stronger. So that's a good feeling. The boys are back at school. I said that. Steve's back at work, and I can see the grass outside. I really like it when winter is snowy, but global warming, I guess that's the world we live in. So I hope I record again before January 20th. I probably will. I'm gonna shoot for every 2 weeks. New Year's resolution. No, not really. Knitting goals are really all I ever do for a resolution. So I think that's it. All right, now for real goodbye. I hope you have a great 10 days to a month until I see you again. Enjoy what you're knitting. Stay warm, stay safe, stay cozy. Mwah! Bye. Wrap up. And I know everybody is all up in arms about how awful 2020 was, but it wasn't that bad.